Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Vinaya and you are here because you're worth it. I am a health coach and personal trainer who supports women looking to jump back into health and wellness to do so in a healthy, sustainable way. And I make content just like that, so if it sounds like something you're interested in, then make sure that you subscribe below to this channel so you can get more videos just like these. Today's video is all about my most recent weight loss journey and how I lost 50 pounds over the course of a year. Weight loss is hard. I mean, it's extremely hard. It is something that many of us struggle with for years and years and years. And I'm no different. This is not the first time I've lost weight, right? It's not the first time that I have struggled with losing weight and keeping it off. But it is the first time that I gained this much weight and I recognized that I really needed to do something that was going to snap me back into my health and my wellness, because with this weight gain came all of the challenges and the issues that so many of you are probably experiencing with your weight gain as well. So if you're finding yourself extremely fatigued, if you're finding that you hate waking up in the morning and getting dressed, you hate going for the walks, and you hate trying to run, and you are just exhausted even at the thought of going to the gym every day because you have no energy, then I completely understand you. I was there. That was me. And that's what made weight loss so hard for me. I knew I needed to lose the weight, but I could not get myself to start the habits that I needed to start. And what I really needed was support, right? I really needed to understand that I couldn't do this alone anymore, right? So this was the first time that I was going on a weight loss journey that felt like it was going to be a long haul. It felt like I'm not going to be able to do this quickly, and I'm also not going to be able to do this the way I used to do it because I'm not 20 anymore, right? So I had gained this weight and I was much older, and I was feeling like I don't think I have the skills anymore to be able to address what I really need for my body right now to be able to lose this weight. So what should I do? And so I recognized that the first step in my journey was going to be focusing on anything but weight loss, right? So I needed to focus on the symptoms that I was experiencing from my weight gain and to be focusing on getting those symptoms to feel better. And for some reason, when I looked at it from that perspective, it felt a lot less daunting. It was a lot less exhausting to consider that I know if I walk every day for 10 minutes, my joints will start to feel better. I was like, okay, I can walk every day for 10 minutes in order to get my joints to start feeling better. So I started doing that. But if you had told me you need to walk every day so that you can somehow lose 50 pounds, that was not going to happen, because I wouldn't have believed you that walking every day was going to get me to my 50-pound weight loss goal, right? The other thing that I had to do was not focus on the number. So I knew that I needed to lose 50 pounds. I mean, I recognized at 40 pounds that I needed to lose 40 pounds, and I thought I was losing weight. I was paying no attention. I said to myself, oh, like, I'm not going to keep eating the way I was eating before, and I'll just kind of start losing weight. But I was so stressed. I was in such an unhappy place in my life, actually. And I was allowing that stress to really overcome me and make decisions for me, not only about the food I ate, but also on how unhealthy I was when it came to my sleep, and how unhealthy I was when it came to the way that I spent my time, right? And those things were all contributing to my weight gain. And by the time I looked up, I had gained another 10 pounds. And I knew I was on the path to 10 pounds becoming 20, and to being able to just gain weight really quickly because my stress levels were so high, and because there were so many other priorities that I needed to be focusing on. I wasn't giving myself the attention that I deserved. So I started with the walks for the joint pain to go away, and I started with self-care so that I could just get to know myself again, get to know my body again, and feel more comfortable with myself and be realistic about how I got to where I got. I recognized that I was really unhappy. I recognized that the things that were causing me stress and pain in my life emotionally were affecting my weight gain, and I was gaining weight because of those things. And so I knew I needed to address those causes. So of course I added in therapy, right? I started doing really deep work when it came to how my brain was functioning and what was causing me the depression, the anxiety that I was experiencing, and also the blocks to making good decisions for myself, right? Why wouldn't I be making good decisions for myself? It's not something that we're innately prone to doing. So there was something there was some experience I was having, some connection with myself that was off. that I was feeling either guilty about or nervous about or ashamed about that I needed to address so that my weight loss journey would be that much easier. Because I could do it. I could do it the old-fashioned route, right? I knew that I could restrict calories, or I could just make sure that I'm over exercising to get there. But I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to be unhealthy. I didn't want to provide that as a baseline for my children to see. I didn't want that to be the mentorship that they see when it comes to getting healthy, that you have to do it in a way that hurts yourself or deprives yourself or feels terrible. No. So I decided to go about it the way that if I can address the things, the underlying factors behind this weight gain, then I can start to really just kind of work with the momentum, and my weight loss journey is going to be that much faster because I'm working in conjunction, right? In synchronicity, in synergy, in tune with my body and what it really needs and what it is struggling with, right? Why is my body holding on to all this weight? My cortisol levels are consistently up. I'm totally under stress, and there's something I need to do about that. So therapy was really helpful. I also spoke with friends and family and made sure that I had accountability during my plan and my process, that they could hold me to normal standards, right? I should not be expecting to lose 10 pounds every week and be back to my normal weight within the next month or 2 months. Absolutely not. This needs to be a gradual process. It doesn't have to be slow, but I need to be okay with the fact that it's going to be gradual, because most likely during that process, I'm going to gain some weight in the meantime, right? I might go down 10 pounds and gain 2, and then go down another 8 and gain another 4. And it's a little bit of back and forth, and that's a normal journey. And so if you can be prepared for that journey and you can understand that a little bit better and come to grips with you're not any different than any other humans. We're all having to lose weight this way. We're all experiencing this. But don't throw in the towel just because you're experiencing that. So I got my mind right around that in the beginning. The other thing that I did was I used alternative therapies to address some of the other symptoms that I was having, and to also release a lot of the stress and the anxiety and the depression that I was experiencing. So I did some acupuncture, which was really helpful, especially for inflammation in the body. I did a lot of chiropractic work because I needed the alignment of my spine to be back in order, especially even just for movement to feel better. So for my runs to actually feel better, I needed to first get my body aligned and get a lot of that inflammation out of my body. I also did Reiki, right? I focused on spiritual healing and time to recognize, what my body needed and to be more in tune with my body. Now, alternative therapies aren't for everyone, and it took me years and years and years and years not only to recognize the real benefits of these practices, but also to stop myself from thinking it's too expensive. Now, why? Because really it was too expensive to be eating that many bags of chips every week. And I'm serious, it was a true addiction to a certain brand of chips, and I needed those and I would eat them. I think easily I could have eaten at least 4 or 5 bags in a week, because I could go through an entire bag in a day. And I'm not talking about a snack size bag. I'm talking about a bag of chips that you would share at an event with many people. And it was a problem, right? I went through a phase with ice cream that was similar. I could not stop myself from eating ice cream, and daily. And it was a problem. Now I'm recognizing those things. They're right in front of me. I knew I shouldn't be doing these things, but I continued to indulge. And so I needed something that was going to help me come out of that. And the money that I was wasting, throwing away into my body, only to give me more work to do to lose that weight. Why am I spending money on these things regularly, right? Why am I indulging in cravings in a way, but when it comes to my health and my wellness, I'm not willing to spend a dime? So I decided that right then and there, I needed to do that. I needed the support to be able to focus on that. And so I did. I spent my $50 per session to make sure that I could get those things in place. And I said to myself, if I have to do this to lose weight, it's worth it, because I need to start feeling better and I need to get back to myself. My confidence was down, and now there is no price for confidence, okay? When you get your confidence back, it is worth everything in the world. When you start to feel like yourself again, you're more energized, you have the clarity of mind to focus on the things that make you excited, that you're passionate about, and you can bring your whole self to the world. That is worth it. And so that's what I was spending my money on. I was spending my money on getting back to myself, and I decided that I needed to do that. And so if you haven't tried alternative therapies, or you haven't tried things like health coaching, which is a great way to also have accountability in your weight loss journey, then I encourage you to consider that and to think about trying something new that might help you stay on track. And if you are looking for health coaching, my Aligned Body program is a great start. It supports women who are looking to jump right back in, to have accountability, and to kickstart a long-term wellness plan. And so if you're looking for something like that, then I encourage you to apply at the link below. Now, another thing that helped me in the initial stage of starting my weight loss journey, over 50 pounds, was to make sure I wrote down my why. So why am I losing this weight? For who? For what? And why? And it was going to be for me, right? It was going to be for feeling better. And I knew what it was like to feel better, and I knew that anything was worth it to get there, right? I was at my limit. I could not keep going on that roller coaster of continuing to gain weight and continue to be stressed. So I decided that I was going to take my life back into my own hands, and I made sure that my why was posted on sticky notes in my car and on my mirror and at work so that I could focus on that. And it was worth it to skip the donuts and to skip the extra lunch. You know, I was finding myself having multiple meals a day that were not necessary, which is how I was overeating. And I was able to recognize when I was doing that by putting things in my way that reminded me of my why. That was important to me. The other thing that I did was to make sure that I had set meal times. So I had set meal times that worked around my schedule with my kids and my schedule with work so that I could sit down to have lunch. And then I knew that I had lunch. I was not lunching while driving and lunching while picking up kids and lunching while on a work call, because that made it a lot easier when I was overeating to feel like, did I have lunch? I'm sure I didn't have lunch. Well, I could have a snack, and your snack is really a lunch, and it was just too much. So I needed set meal times, and I stuck to those. And by sticking to those meal times, I realized how I wasn't hungry in between. I was actually just upset or stressed or tired or some other emotion that was not hunger, that I was missing those cues, right? So I used to be overeating because anytime I would feel something, right, maybe I was eating instead of when I was just hungry. And so in addition to that, I also made sure I was drinking enough water throughout the day so that I wasn't confusing my thirst cues for hunger cues. A lot of the times we are thirsty, we're not hungry. And so I made sure that my plates were round and full and, you know, full of greens and veggies and then whatever else I wanted to eat, right? So I can still have that cheesy mac and cheese, but it needed to be on a, you know, on top of a bed of greens. And actually I do eat that on top of greens, but next to the greens, or, you know, if I want something that I feel like, you know, maybe more of an indulgement, I didn't take it away altogether. I just made sure that I was eating other foods first, getting full on those, and then having maybe you know, a small scoop of ice cream, like really small, if I was bringing that into the home. But that was also after I made sure that I stopped eating the ice cream for 2 weeks at a time, and I recognized that I was okay. And I had to, during those times, opt for other coping skills for the feelings that I was feeling. I found that I needed to sleep more, right? I was up eating late when I was just tired and I should have been going to sleep. So when I knew that, you know, okay, I've had my dinner for the night, so I should be fine, I might make myself a cup of tea. And then by then, if I'm really feeling tired, I'm not sure why I'm awake, right? I'm not awake to have that next meal that I'm cooking. And so when I started to take those things into account and take some of those extra activities when it comes to eating off of my plate, I was able to recognize what I was really feeling. And most of the time at night, I was tired. So I started sleeping better, which, you know, obviously immediately contributes to having a better day the next day because you're clear, you're clear-headed, your digestion is better. So I focused on those things, and that helped me on my weight loss journey. So the last part I'll share with you about how I lost 50 pounds is I stopped tracking, right? I just focused on doing the right things. Once I was about 20 pounds down, 25 pounds down, I knew that I was on the right track, and I knew that these things were working, and I wasn't focusing so much on the number. So I actually didn't start off saying I'm gonna lose 50 pounds like I told you at the beginning of this video. I started off saying I'm gonna make good choices. I'm gonna make good choices for my joint health, and I started going on the walks. The walks slowly became longer. I did start feeling better, and doing better and knowing that I was losing the weight was so motivating for me. But it wouldn't have been. If I thought that I was going to lose 50 pounds in only 3 months, I would not have been motivated when I only had lost 25 pounds by that time, right? Because I would have been devastated. I didn't lose enough weight. I'm not hitting my goals. What's the point? But no, I knew that it was going to take time, and it was going to take whatever time it took, because I was only going to do this once. I was going to do it right, and I was going to do it once, and I was going to feel better. And that's the perspective that I gave it. And so it ended up taking me about 12 months to lose 50 pounds, but I lost 30 early on and I felt great. And I wasn't worried about, I need to lose 10 tomorrow, I need to lose another 10. I just had lost 30 and was feeling fantastic, right? I had gone down many sizes and I was in my element. And from there, the rest followed. So my body just recognized, I think that this is a good space for us and we're gonna keep doing these things that are working for us. We're gonna keep making sure we're going on our daily walks. We're gonna keep adding in more fruits and vegetables. We're gonna keep sleeping well. Oh my goodness, sleep is so important to weight loss. We are going to make sure we're drinking enough water. And over time, I stopped feeling hungry throughout most of the day, right? I would have a great big breakfast or a time that I broke my fast, and then I wouldn't really feel hungry. I wouldn't even think about food for a while. But that's not early on, right? We first kind of have to break these addictions to the food that we're eating in order to get there. But I got there and then I recognized that there were days where I just didn't feel that hungry and I would eat when I did feel hungry and normal amounts of food and mostly plants and vegetables, right? So that was how I lost the weight. And now I look back and I've lost over 50 pounds and I feel fantastic. I know that I'm in a great space. I'm not worried about the number. I'm also not worried about gaining the weight back because I know the skills and the lifestyle that I have acquired now that I'm doing regularly day in and day out. And I know that this is for the long term. So that's what I like to help women with as well, knowing that you can get there. You can start from a place that feels absolutely impossible. How am I going to lose this weight? I didn't lose it before. Even if I did, I gained it all back. This is impossible. It's not. You just need support. You need someone who's been there, who's done that, and I can be that person for you through my Aligned Body program. So definitely, if you're in that space and you're looking for some support, then sign up below and we can get you on the right path. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned a little bit more about me. I look forward to seeing you in future videos. If you have anything you'd like to share with us, definitely comment down below to hear about your weight loss journey or what part of your journey you're in now. And also subscribe to this channel so you can get more content just like this. I look forward to seeing you in the future videos. Be well.